All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. What's up, everybody? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? How you doing? Hey, Nikki. Hey, Joe. Hey, Daquan. You doing? Hey, Sean. Hey, you ready to get in trouble, Daquan? You ready to get in trouble? We gonna get in trouble today. Bow, bow, bow. We're gonna get in trouble today. We're just gonna get in trouble. Okay? Time to lose some subscribers. Time for people to be upset. It's time. And you know, it's this time if people want to yiggity yak. Now, first thing I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna do this right here. Okay, I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna hit the button. Okay, now give me C. If I could do this other thing now, give me C. Okay, give me C. Now, I might not to let you up if you hit the jammy. Okay, if you hit the link, I might not to let you up right away because, you know, I want to yak. All right, I want to yak. I did it. I pinned the bitch. Okay, I pinned it. All right, shit alive, whatever. Now, I didn't tell nobody that I was coming live. Well, actually, I did tell some motherfuckers I was live. I didn't even know how many people was in James's live. Shout out to James. Shout out to James Layton. Okay, if you are a moderator in this chat among us right here, can you please get James Layton's YouTube link it and put it up on the thing? Thank you. Shout out to Joe. Okay, shout out to Joe, Average Joe. All right, because when I came up in there, he was up there. You know what I'm saying? And I apologize to you, James, because the topic of the live was about men's, and I brought my dumb ass up there. I apologize to you too, Joe. Okay? But in the realization of what the title was, once again, I tried my best to bring it back to men. Okay? And not only men, but older men, younger men, you know what I'm saying? I respect James a whole lot. I really do. As a person. You know what I'm saying? And I started asking James some questions because I'm very interested in what James has to say, from his broad experience in life. So, I asked James a couple questions about, you thought you was sub to James? You ain't sub to no James? Hey, E-Love, how you doing, baby? You thought it was sub up to James. Sub to James. Okay, get it together. If you sub to James, get his link and paste it up in here, Daquan. Yeah, do that. Joe, if you want to put your link in here so people can sub to you, you go right ahead, bro. Okay? So, yeah. So, I started asking James some questions that I wanted to know for a long ass time. Because y'all know I talk about issues on here that people generally don't want to talk about. You know what I mean? And one of those issues was the black and white factor, of these YouTube streets here, and how certain people feel and how certain people don't feel, and how the fuck I feel about it, Oh yeah, Newport, that's the fastest troll you ever done because you chose it. All right, there's a link for you if you want to come up later, because we'll get to you in a second. We'll get to you in a quick second. I like that. That's the fastest troll I ever done. I didn't know he was trolling. But we'll find out. We'll find out. You know what? I'm going to keep that right there. Thank you for that, Newport. We'll get to that in a second. Now, we'll get to that in a second. We'll leave that right there. So, I'm asking James different questions, about different types of people that he interacts with, especially him being at a certain age. I don't want to scare you. I don't want to scare you at all. I'm not a scary person. I might be ugly, but I ain't scary. Am I? Am I scary? Hey, peace and blessings, my brethren. Michael Phillips, way I deal with. All right. I told you, Newport, I'll get to you later. All right. I'll get to you very soon. So don't be scared right now, okay? Because I ain't get to you yet. Wait. Wait your turn, bruh. Wait your turn. Thank you. All right. So, hey, Melanated Agenda, how are you? An abundance of love to you as well. And I can say it to you because I'm assuming you a female. All right. So, yes, there we go. Now, and welcome to the room, everybody. Okay, I don't need you to smash a like or none of that extra shit because Newport is here. Okay, you want to share it? You share it. You go right ahead. I'll be getting in trouble. Okay, so y'all want to hear how I get in trouble? Hey, James, how you doing, James? James, look at this shit right here. You see this right here? You see this? That's the fastest troll he ever done. Okay, we're going to get to it. All right, we're going to get to it. Kendra, are you in here? Hey, Kendra, type up in here too, baby. Okay, because when I get to Newport, I might get to YouTube. Come on, baby. Come on, type up in here, boobala. Come on, boobala. All right, anyway. So now, I'm talking to the homie James, and I'm asking James certain things, you know what I'm saying? And I decided to finally ask James about the whole black and white thing, because when I've had my lives on here, Purple One will be in the chat, Lady Steel will be in the chat, and they'll type whatever they feeling, and so I know how they feeling, you know what I'm saying? But I never had the opportunity to talk to James about that shit, And like I said, I respect James, so I wanted to bring it up. Now, there's many things that happen with the black and white issue that I could have been like, yo, James, da-da-da, this, that, and the third, the boom, 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 right? James and I had an understanding that not only were we talking as adults, but we were talking as human beings. Why I didn't wait after your show? Sorry, James. Next time I will. It was talking about men, so I wanted to get it together, but now it's Bobbage time, with the hidden nipple and shit. Next time I'll wear it though. Next time I'll wear it. Okay. Might bring you more people in the room. Anyway, so we were having. I asked James about the situation that happened on Buddy Lee's last night. Shout out to Buddy Lee. Now, why did I bring up that situation right there? Because one, to me, it was very light, and in comparison to the other situations that have happened that I may have spoken about, or have happened that I may not have spoken about. Right? Cool. And it just happened yesterday, so it's not like nobody can't remember nothing, right? Like, I don't remember that shit. No. James will remember because I surely did not understand certain things, okay? So I asked James about how he felt about that situation right there, right? What happened last night. And if y'all don't know what happened last night, y'all go on Buddy Lee. I need to go back on Buddy Lee and red ball it to how it truly began in the first place. Because for me, and James brought up a good point in his explanation, because my whole thing was I did not know. Is Kendra here? Oh, I did not know how it got to the point where Kendra had to tell her to tell Skoka to shut up and use a banana with it. I didn't even know how that happened. You know, I had no clue how that came to be. So that I had found out that they wasn't letting her talk. Okay, that wasn't letting her talk. All right. So he said how he felt about it. Very answer in a great human way, you know, as best as he could. I understood it, and we good money, right? We good money. Then Kendra types in the chat, which Kendra can be free to do. She could have came up on the panel if she wanted to. I wouldn't have minded that either. But then it wouldn't have been a man conversation. It would have been a ladies conversation with the black and the white. And I ain't even want that. Hey, Black Dust. Black Dust, you Black Dust. Oh my goodness. All right. So getting back to this, y'all. So Kendra asked me a question, okay? And I might not get the question exactly correct. Y'all can look up James Layton. He's in the chat. Y'all click on him, you know, figure out what his thing is, and boom. You feel me? Do that. So, and y'all can check it out. So Kendra says something in the chat to the effect of, how did I feel about them calling her racial slurs after the fact? So you know me, I started explaining. And I don't really explain shit right. You know what I'm saying? I got problems explaining things. I think I do know how to conversate, but people just don't know how to receive it real good. So, you know, it becomes a problem. And I'm not saying it becomes a problem with Kendra, right? Because one thing I did say to Kendra, I was like, hey, Kendra, how do you feel about what they said? You know what I'm saying? Because you might not be that racist person, but I know racist people like that. Okay. And if they're labeling you that racist person and they called you out your name and blah, 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 you have to tell me how you feel about that. What does it really matter how I feel about that? Okay. Well, does it really matter how I feel about that? They called you them names. They ain't call me them names. I ain't say the things that I said. Okay. I ain't say X, Y, and Z. I ain't say all them things. I say these things over here. I didn't say those things. Okay, so how do you feel about it? And Shorty said, I really don't care. They're just words. Okay, so if you don't care, why the fuck should I care? Okay, why the holy how fuck should I care? And that goes for anybody, whether you're black, you're white, you're Chinese, you're Martian, you're from motherfucking the Andromeda Galaxy. I don't give a good hot damn. You don't give a fuck. Why the hell should I? And I learned that from my experience, you know what I'm saying? Because of selective outrage. If I choose and decide to worry about everything else in the whole fucking world, especially when you don't give a fuck, I'll be dead. I'll be dead so quick. I wouldn't be here talking right now, happy as fuck, hot in motherfucker. No, it'd be a different story. I'd have problems, and you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't look how I look and shit. I wouldn't be healthy and, you know, all this extra shit. Okay? I wouldn't be there. And I reiterated that, you know, on my last live that I did when the troll came in the chat and asked about RE and them, and they was like, oh, the people did something on RE porch. I said, well, look, RE said that wasn't even her porch. So what I'm supposed to do? Windmill for a motherfucker wasn't even they got their porch. They don't give a fuck. Why am I giving a fuck? What? Huh? What am I supposed to do? God damn it, like Captain Saberhole flying on the red motherfucking cape. Here comes this motherfucker right here, Newport 100. Talking about, oh, they calling her racist and she could, cause she fucking a black man. What the fuck does your Puma and Peen problems got to do with me, bro? That don't got shit to do with me. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't know why y'all fucking. Okay? I have no clue. What's up, Mike? Hold tight just a second, okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to come up here because I wanted to chime in when it was, when the time was appropriate. But yeah, talk your shit, sister.
Okay. Thank you for being up here. But yeah, the fuck, I didn't bring up no Pullman Peen issue. And I had to say to James, I said, yo, James, was Newport anywhere around yesterday? Did he jump in Captain Saberhole? Kendra, yesterday, was he there in the chat or anything like that? He was like, I don't recall seeing him in there. Okay, so why in the holy hot fuck are you responding in any way, shape, or form? Why are you even here? what are we doing? Okay, what the fuck are we doing? I don't have nothing to do with your Pullman Peen problems. And he was like, name one person that is racist but still fucks with black men. I can name a couple, but I'm not gonna dox them. The fuck? Half of them are dead, and some of them are not. There's plenty of young white girls out here. Their family is racist as fuck. And when they go out their house, they fucking black men and hanging out with black bitches, all kinds of silly shit. It's possible because black men do it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't know who the fuck I'm is, and I don't understand why they come at you the way they come at you, because certain things that you did was on mistake type levels. I'm not calling you no racist. I see what I saw and I was like, yo, come on. What is it? And when it comes to the Poom and the Peen issue, that ain't got a motherfuck thing to do with me. All right. So Mr. Newport was like, Shree don't want no smoke with me. No, sir, because I don't smoke cigarettes. Okay, I don't like cigarettes, and I don't like alcohol, and I dislike cigarettes worse than alcohol. So if you change your name to Ganja 5000, like I said on James's panel, maybe we could smoke together. But otherwise, fuck no. Okay. And when you do whatever the fuck you do because of alcohol and all this extra shit, the fuck, the fuck. Okay? When you do your bullshit, motherfuckers hold you accountable for that and they rip you a new asshole. When she does it on her own accord and out her own mouth, she gonna have to get it too. She ain't getting it from me, but she got it yesterday. All right? So now right here, this is the fastest troll I've ever done. You know, you so proud of the fastest troll that you ever done, but you actually used the woman that you fucking in order to perform the fastest troll that you ever done. So how do you really feel about Kendra? What the fuck are we really doing here? Because you using her for all your trolling. Is she more important than the trolling? I'm not even talking about her as a white woman. I'm talking about her as a woman that you stick your dingaling in. This is why I don't get into Puma and Peen problems. And the real problem with you, Newport, is not cigarettes, it's alcohol. Stop fucking drinking. Because y'all know how the fuck I feel about alcohol as a recovering alcoholic. And if you don't know, I will repeat it to you. I don't have no problems with nobody drinking. I don't have no problems with nobody getting drunk once in a while. But I do have problems with consistent drunkenness. And when you put your foot in your mouth because you drunk, and then when you're not drunk no more, you cannot account for your motherfucking self. You use alcoholism as a fucking shield to make friends or do this and do that. And you will always fall on your motherfucking face. And I know because of experience, you dumb fuck. So if the troll is what is important to you when I'm having a conversation with a human being on human motherfucking topics like racism, okay? Don't stick your dingaling the fuck next to me, okay? Keep your dingaling over there where it's at. You could take that song and dance of, oh, she's evil and she's fucking a black man being evil over there. Because I wasn't talking about that, okay? I don't give a holy hot fuck about that. Let's make that clear. And stop using your woman to troll people, okay? You dumb fuck. That's the being smart. How you doing, Michael Phillips? You good, baby?
You know, Times are rough over here as far as I'm trying to take care of my mother. She's getting up in age and she's going through some
Woo-wee.
physical
Pray
issues.
for
Yeah.
you and her, Michael Phillips,
Nah,
because
but I'm a soldier, so I'm always hold it down, you heard? But yeah, other than that, I'm good. Um, but I heard what transpired yesterday, and I had a problem with what was said with the banana. Um, and listen, again, I said it yesterday. I'm gonna say it again today. You can say that you meant to just put something in her mouth to shut her up, but you chose like it was almost like it was natural that the banana term came to you and you uttered those words and said banana instead of saying like a cucumber, or you could have just said a dick if you was trying to express that you wanted her to shut the fuck up, right?
mm-hmm.
And I'm so I got a problem with that.
Now
On the
I'll hold on, Mike, because I will say this: when I was talking to her on James's panel, one thing that I did say was, you made mistakes before. You said some out of the way things before. So now when you come on the scene, certain things you say, they're gonna look at it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna look at it different. You know what I mean? They
sister,
they're
I,
gonna they're gonna scrutinize what the fuck you talking about.
listen. I didn't hear nothing. Like I heard that she said some things before, but I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't there. I wasn't privy to it at the time. But regardless of all of that, what I heard last night was enough for me to say, "Hold on, you chose the
Mm,
word banana. What we doing here?" Now, I will also say that Skoka's reaction um, was sort of, well, I'm not gonna say sort of. It was out of pocket in the sense that
mm-hmm.
she was attacking. She said, because I heard her say on several occasions she wanted to be racist and she was gonna say some racist shit. That's not how
Right.
you address. That's not how you address a racist, by attacking other white people. You know what I'm saying? You address that person. Oh, I'm sorry, ma. I got the TV up and all of that. My
Oh,
bad.
okay. You
My
can-
bad. I'm wild because I'm watching.
Thank you.
My bad. My bad.
It's
Listen,
all
I'm
good.
I'm just saying the way you attack a racist comment or a racist is not by attacking other people of that ilk. You heard? You
Mm-hmm.
address that person. You know what I'm saying? Because um again, you know, this is a melting pot in this country we live in, and so you know what I'm saying. Like we cool with a lot of different people, and New York City is a melting pot.
It's a
We
fact.
cool with a lot of different people,
It's a fact.
so I'm not with that. Just I'm just going to attack the whole race because this person says something to me. I'm going to attack that person. Period. And I
I get
when I was talking to Buddy last night, I was like, yo, like James Layton is a prime example. I'm cool with him. I ain't never heard that man say nothing reckless about black people. I don't know
okay.
James, and for all I know, James could have some views about black people outside of YouTube that I don't know about. But guess the point is he hasn't expressed it, and all he's shown is love for black people on this YouTube stream. What I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
is I don't give a fuck about what could be or what may be. I know what I heard. And what I heard was mad disrespectful. And so I wanted Skoka to just stick with that shorty as opposed to attacking the whole race.
Mm.
I'm not feeling
Understood.
none of that.
Totally understood. Which is why I asked James about these things. How does he feel about it in general? Because he is well respected on these streets. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Not
Word
as,
up.
oh, he's a white dude or whatever. Just, yo, James is a cool fucking dude
Mm-hmm.
who just happens to be white.
Word up.
Just like I would say and be like, yo, Lady Steele is a cool ass lady who just happens to be white.
Exactly.
So yeah, I would. That's why I asked them like, yo, how you feel about in general? Not just that happened yesterday, but in general. And I appreciate the fact that he did mention what Skoka did. At the same point as Kendra. You know what I mean? I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want it to be just Kendra. No, not at all. I wanted it to be fair. So whatever he said about Skoka, that shit made sense to me too. Because it wasn't just one person at one point. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, it was all Kendra. No, because I found out in the chat that it wasn't all Kendra. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And listen. So there was that moment when Kendra told Shorty to put a banana in her mouth. That was the catalyst for me, and I thought it would be the catalyst for everyone that was conscious or aware of what that meant. The catalyst for them to say, "Hold on, man, what the fuck you doing?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was people that came up that did that,
Yeah, because
but
somebody came to me and was like, yo, she tried to call Skoka a monkey. And I'm like, how the hell did she try to call Skoka? Did she actually call Skoka a monkey? And that's
no,
when it
she
was explained to me about the banana thing. So I was like, oh, okay, I understand. And then, she explained her thing. And I was like, oh, okay. And my only thing was, but why you shaded Miss Raz?
okay. Well, I'm not aware of the Miss Raz thing. That's
Yeah,
something.
that's how she explained. She explained the whole banana thing.
When you say when you say she explained, you talking about Kendra?
Yes.
Okay, and how did Miss Raz come into that?
Okay, because Kendra explained the banana comment in reference to the video that Miss Raz did when she put the
Hey
banana
yo, hey yo,
down her
that
throat.
that that's reaching right there. That's a reach. That shit was spontaneous, and it came. Her brain told her to say that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I think if she could have taken it back, she would have. But that was the first thing that came to her mind. It ain't have shit to do with Miss Raz. Fuck out of here.
Hold on a second, Michael Phillips. Black Dust, Buddy Lee's Fuck Shit Friday last night. Check it out. And you can scroll and you can see Kendra come up and then you jump in there and you see what it's about. Go ahead, Michael.
No, but my point is, listen, you got to stand on what you said. I'm not. Why the fuck you bringing up Miss Raz to justify what you said? The two, the two don't make sense. You heard?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what you talking about? Miss Raz was sucking a banana on the live stream, and
Way back.
so
Way back in the
yeah,
day.
and so you in your mind in that moment with Skoka, you like, yo, put a banana in your mouth. What?
And shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Nah, I'm not. Nah, I'm not riding with none of that. None of that. It doesn't make sense, and I'm not buying it.
For me, when I heard the explanation, it was like the whole ghetto and lurker situation. You know what I'm saying? Where he made the comment, and then after the comment was made, he was like, "Oh, well, I was referring to this thing." You know what I'm saying? That half of the people who saw your comment knew nothing about, and it wasn't even relevant. You could have just fixed the sentence. You know what I'm saying? And I could sit here and say, well, Kendra even said herself, I could have used banana, I could have used anything, but I decided to use the banana. It don't mean nothing.
Ma,
And I
she
was
could
like,
have used. She could have
you
used
banana,
cucumber. She could have
banana.
used a
I mean,
cucumber.
cucumber.
She could
Yeah,
have
use
said dick.
cucumber. Yeah, she put
You
that
could
in the
say
chat.
you could talk your shit on Buddy Lee's platform, so you didn't have to tap dance around shit. You could have said eat a dick and shut the fuck up. But she chose to use the word banana. You heard? I'm like, what are we missing here?
Well, Newport is missing something because Newport decided that he wanted to interject his dingaling into the whole thing. Like
Listen,
he's
I don't give a fuck
outraged
about that
because
nigga. I don't care about what that nigga talking about. I'm talking about what Kendra said, and that's my focus. Like
I
Newport, she said several times that she's not fucking with that nigga. They not in the relationship no more. They just friends. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's what it is.
oh y'all not
Kendra
together, Kendra? Okay.
Kendra got to stand on what she said. She has to stand on that. Newport ain't got nothing to do with that. Maybe Newport, I mean, I hear all of the conversations. Maybe Newport made her comfortable saying them things. You know what I'm saying? But my point is,
Okay,
Kendra's a
Kendra.
grown. What happened?
Nah, she said she at work, but give her a minute, she'll come up. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
I'm saying all of that to say that she, people has been blaming Newport for the racist shit she said. I'm
mm-hmm.
saying that shit was in her already. It's for her to say it, because can't nobody provoke you to say something that's not in you. It's got to be in you for you to say it. You heard?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not I'm not I'm not with that Newport shit. Like people keep talking about Newport encouraged her to do this, that, and the third. I don't give a fuck about what Newport was doing behind the scenes. What I care about is what Kendra did and what she said. And that shit
Mm-hmm.
came out of her mouth, which means that was in her to say it.
Okay, so Kendra, I see this comment right here, and I'm gonna show you something. Okay, I could be totally wrong because I'm usually wrong. I'm not always right. Okay, and I'm okay with that. You love Miss Raslin to death. It wasn't a diss. Who was it a diss to? You know what I'm saying? Because you talking about Miss Raz on Buddy's panel. Really? And I love Miss Raz. I ain't got no problem with Miss Raz.
Yeah, but what does Miss Raz have to do with Kendra telling Skoka to put a banana in her mouth? I'm still lost on that.
It's a wonderful question, Michael Phillips, and I can't answer it because I'm not Kendra and I wasn't there, so I can't even give a speculation on why she would use Miss Raslin in the first place. You know what I mean? She can only explain that herself, and it's going to sound like a broken record because she's going to keep explaining the same thing. I don't know if she'll be able to give an explanation as to why she thought of Miss Raz. The only thing I can say is comfortability. You know what I'm
Hey yo,
saying?
my sister,
Uh-huh.
she can
Mhm.
give whatever explanation she wants. It's not gonna answer the question why she told Skoka to put a banana in her mouth. You heard? She could say whatever she wants to explain the Miss Raz situation. I don't even know how it correlates, but regardless, um, uh, it's not going to explain what she said to Skoka. It's not.
Okay, so hold on. She said Miss Raslin could teach us some tricks.
See. Okay. So you're not taking this. What I'm hearing is she's not taking this topic serious.
No, you know what I'm hearing, Michael Phillips? I'm hearing that, somebody's coming at her and she's trying to come back at them. And even though we're sitting here saying you can't argue with you can't tell people how to fight or whatever, motherfuckers is telling her how to fight. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, listen. I used to respect Kendra, and in actuality, there was a situation that happened on. I don't know if you mind me mentioning another
No,
content
I don't
creator.
mind. Nah, you can talk
Okay.
about it today. 'Cause I mentioned names today, so fuck it.
Yeah, so I was on Slappadons. No, I take that back. It wasn't on Slappadons. It was on Buddy or either Buddy or Lady Live's platform. And me
Okay.
and Classic Lights got into it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And and Kendra reached out to me and it was trying to squash the beef between me and Classic. And mind you, I didn't know Classic Lights before that particular situation. But
Hold on, Michael Phillips. This you re?
Yeah, and I'm sorry I forgot to erase under here because this is a new feature. Hey, Michael.
Nah, you
peace,
good? You good?
I,
peace,
I just wanted to
RE,
make
what's
sure it
going
was you.
on?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I, you know, I don't have no notification, right? But I saw that Cherie was live, and I saw you, and it was on the Kendra shit. I was like, oh, oh. I said it ain't gonna end until she explain this shit. Oh, I love
But
you,
but
Kendra.
but she
And this,
can't
Hey, Sonny.
explain it.
Hey, me,
She
man.
can't
Hey.
explain it. She can't explain it.
yeah, she will, but I just want to put my 2 cents in for a minute, Michael. What she did wrong, because Kendra know I love her. The idea, them are new people that comes in Buddy Lee chat now and hit the panel. They really don't know who Rosalind is, and I was hoping she would have thought about that. You know what I'm saying before the banana shit, because I was like surprised too, because you know what I'm saying. It wasn't nothing mentioned about Miss Rise when she did that banana shit. It wasn't, you know.
Yeah, and that's my point. Miss Roz didn't have nothing to do with what was said on that particular occasion. So I'm trying to figure out why Miss Roz is being brought up now to justify what was said, because the two don't make sense.
Well, Kendra said that Skoka was talking about, you know, sucking pen and stuff like that. So knowing Buddy Lee and the people that be coming to Buddy Lee all this time, everybody know who Roz is. So I'm pretty sure she thought of that and said, "Put a banana in your mouth." I don't know why she said it
No,
that way.
no, no, no. We're not doing that. We're
No,
not
no,
doing
I'm just
that.
saying my point of view, Michael. I'm just saying I was there. I was there, and
I
I
was
saw.
there too. I was there too.
But I had listened to how Skoka was talking about what she gonna do for her birthday. You know what I'm saying? Her
No,
birthday
but
week.
listen, Skoka was drinking and she was tipsy. She
Hmm.
she said it's her birthday weekend. So she
Hmm.
was off the chain, right? She was
Right.
talking reckless.
Right.
Kendra came up there and was trying to address Lady La, and Skoka was wilding out, and she wasn't she didn't want Kendra to talk, and she said she didn't want Kendra to talk.
Hold on, Michael Phillips. I'm sorry because you mentioned that she said she came up for Lady La. What was she trying to talk to Lady La about?
I don't
It's,
know because it was never she was never able to get it out because Skoka was hell bent on not letting her talk,
hmm
and so Skoka kept
Ah,
you heard so at some point Kendra says put a banana in your mouth, and she's trying to ask Lady La a question, and then once she said that, and Lady La was still calm because Lady La was like, okay, you make another racist
yeah,
comment and you want
right.
to talk to me?
Right.
You
Right.
heard?
okay. I'm beginning to understand a little bit. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
It was a
Yeah,
little
so
chaotic, like Michael said, because Lady Di really didn't feel like talking to no one. She just was chilling. But
hmm
Scope was on 10, you know what I'm saying? And you know, she from the other sector, so you know you really can't calm those females down. They don't want to
no,
talk.
no, it wasn't that Ari. It was the fact that Skoka was drinking. She's celebrating her birthday weekend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she was tipsy and she was on 10.
But not
Exactly.
only that, she rides heavy for Lady La.
Yeah.
So if she feel like Kendra is coming at Lady La on some bullshit, especially if Lady La is gonna, respond, don't bring no racist
Well,
comment up on
she
her.
none of us knew if she was trying to come at Lady La or not. She was trying to talk to Lady La, but Skoka wouldn't let her talk.
I
Mm-hmm.
got it. I got it. See,
And
that's
then when
what
she
I
said,
didn't
"Oh,"
understand.
then Kendra said, "Oh, just go put a banana in your mouth," some shit like that. And I'm like, "Oh shit."
And I can see why that comment would rile people up. Because, like I explained to Kendra, if you already made a mistake, you already have a strike against you based off of this type of shit. They
Mm-hmm.
gonna look at you with a fine tooth comb. Anything you say gonna be held against you in the court of motherfucking black sector. The
Hey yo,
fuck?
but sister Tree, listen to this part. Skoka was so turned up that she started spazzing on white people, calling white people honkies and all of this other shit. And then the people in the chat was responding to what Skoka was saying about white people. And the point is, Skoka was, she was already in her bag. And then she said she was talking about mixed kids of black and white ancestry and calling them mutts. And Big Chief came up there and was like, "Yo, well,
Right.
I got mixed kids, so I'm not fucking with none of that shit you talking about."
I
And,
was
and-
there for that.
yeah, in regards to talking about mutts, you're not doing that.
Mm-hmm. I was there for
So,
that.
so what I'm saying is, Skoka could have just left it with what Kendra was doing and just addressed Kendra, but Skoka took it to a different level. And honestly, I think because
Excellent.
Skoka was a little faded, you heard,
Mm-hmm.
she went in
Mm-hmm.
and she
I
was
saw
talking her shit.
I saw what you pinned, Kendra. You said you mentioned Miss Ross earlier, but when you made that statement while I was watching, it was a lot of chaos going on the panel.
Hey yo,
This
Kendra,
one right
stop typing in the chat. If you got time to type, you got time to talk. Hit the fucking link.
here.
I just
Oh
want to say
Lord.
my part, Kendra. I didn't hear nothing about Miss Roslyn. Only time I knew it was referring to Miss Roslyn is when you typed it in the chat. When you had,
I still don't get the Miss Raz reference because it didn't have nothing to do with Kendra telling Shorty to put a banana in her mouth.
Hey
I
Kanye. Hey everybody.
I don't give a fuck what she talking about.
and Michael, don't think I'm caping for Kendra. I'm just letting her know how I felt.
Listen, listen, listen.
No.
Listen, if Kendra got time to talk, I mean to type, she got time to talk. So make what you saying make
Uh-oh.
sense. Because it don't make no fucking sense to me.
Gemini.
Gemini all day.
Yeah, I know. Let me be.
June 19th, you heard?
My son's
Yeah,
birthday was
Black Dust.
yesterday,
You just have
so
to watch.
hey.
It was many layers, and then Black Dust. After you watch Buddy Lee's show, go over to James. He just did a live today, so you can understand why I'm here talking.
Yo,
All right.
I'm subscribed to James. I don't get his notifications. I ain't know that. I'm gonna have to
And
go
Ken,
check that out.
and hold on, Michael. Hold on, MP. Kendra, let me let you know. I would have never came on live if your homeboy, your man's, your ex-man's, or whatever the fuck he is, didn't come out his face talking his cash money shit. Okay? I wouldn't have came on live about this. I probably would have waited a week or some shit. Okay? But here your duty go, or whoever the fuck he is, your ex-friend or whatever fuck, here he come. Okay, but remember, I'm slow now. I'm slow because I'm worried about fucking Poom and Peen that ain't got nothing to do with the fuck me. I'm worried about my Peen. He might be mad at me right now because I'm talking to y'all and I ain't talking to him. Okay? Shit. Y'all not together no more, but he sure act like it. If y'all not together no more, why the fuck is he so worried about you being a racist fucking a black man if you ain't even fucking that black man no more? Okay? You see what Stormy put, Kendra? Now you got a whole bunch of shit to talk about. All right? Kendra officially says they not together. You ain't got to be together to fuck. Okay? It's a lot of motherfucking people that fuck and they not together.
Yo, I don't care about none of that shit. I just want to address what she said about the banana statement, and she can pretend or act as if what she said was innocent, but there was a lot behind that statement. And I want to talk about that. So I don't care about her personal situation. That don't mean shit to me. Let's talk about what you said. Let's address that. Fuck your ex or your current or whatever it is. We ain't talking about that.
And I did not know that Michael Phillips was going to come on here. I had no clue, but I'm glad he's here. Welcome to the room, everybody.
You always pop up live, and I'm like, my God, I didn't get no. Well, my notifications are off because I've been making edits and current edits. You want to
Okay.
go in on my children? You want to put my baby daddy on? I mean, well, my son father on, my youngest son father on your
Hey,
live
Ari.
other
No,
time?
no disrespect, sister, but let's stick to what we talking about.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we can get to that another day. That's
Okay.
a whole other shit. That's a whole other work right now, child. But let's ask the selective outrage gods what we should do. Because the initial question, like I said, that Kendra asked me was, how should I feel about those ladies calling her all those racial slurs after the fact?
Listen.
How should I feel, Kendra?
So let me say this. That's why I wanted Skoka to stick to her issue with Kendra and what she said. Skoka took it left, and then some other women came through, and it turned into some sort of black revolutionary discussion, and it wasn't that. It didn't need to be that. All that needed to happen was addressing what Kendra said. That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, there's a time to talk about revolution and black and white issues and all of that, but that particular time wasn't the time for that. And listen, and this is no disrespect to Skoka. Like I said, she's celebrating her birthday weekend. She was turned up and all of that, and she took it left. She said a lot of shit about white people and all of that, and I get it. But what I'm saying is, she should have just kept it with what Kendra said and addressed Kendra. You heard?
Right.
I
I,
get
And
that too.
I was kind of cool with the comeback on, the hunky and stuff, and because I would do the same, but I wouldn't call mixed breed. Them London men told me not to call them mixed breeds, but the idea is my brother was married to a white woman, and I have nephews that are mixed race. And when they were saying much, that kind of offended me, because I love my nephews, and they black to me, even though they mother white. And when they took it to that part, I'm like, okay.
listen, I brought up on Buddy Lee's platform yesterday that my
Hmm.
great grandfather is white. Never met him.
Hmm.
I don't know that white side of the family. All I've ever known is the black people in my family or whatever. But so when how can I say it? So we all got a lot of shit mixed up in us. If you was born and raised in the Western Hemisphere, whether it's the United States of America, whether it's South America, whether it's the Caribbean, whatever, we got a lot of mixture in us. Period. And
And and I'm sorry to cut you off, MP. Let me just say that when I asked James the question about how he felt about the black white situation, and I mentioned Kendra's situation yesterday, yes, I was talking about all of that, what Skoka said, and how he deals with listening to black people talk like that. Because he
mhm.
has to listen to that too. You know what I'm saying? No matter how cool as fuck he is, he got to listen to that. And I'm sure he's been in many chats, many panels that did talk about that, talk like that. And he still keeps his composure and he still remains cool regardless. So that's
Hey,
why
hey,
I was like,
listen,
how do you
listen.
navigate this shit? How do you manage this shit?
I want to say this too, because I had a conversation with my brother, Mayor of Detroit, a
Mhm.
few weeks ago,
Mhm.
and we were talking about how we use the word nigga amongst each other,
Mhm.
and he was saying that if a white person either in your in person or on YouTube says the word nigga and you get offended, how do you get offended if you use the word like liberally on these YouTube platforms or in real life?
Mhm. With your
Now
own
Among
to
our
to your point, James James Layton is on many platforms where people are saying the word nigga. I've never heard James say that. I've never heard him address a black person as a nigga. You heard? But he hears this shit on a regular basis.
Mhm.
So
Mike.
my point is, if you are a white man and or a white woman for that matter, and you hear black people freely addressing themselves as nigga amongst other white people, and 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 then you get offended because white people say the N word or something derogatory, like how, are we not at fault for that? Like, are we not to blame for for saying those things around those people? And listen, I'm not, when I say around those people, I'm saying non-black people. I'm not saying it in a derogatory way, but I'm saying, like, what the fuck are we talking about here? I hear
But
I hear black people saying nigga amongst when I understood the Sweet Vampy thing and what she said and all of that. But Sweet Vampy was up here for a minute. James has been here for a minute. Like you mentioned Lady Still, but Lady Still don't really be hitting no platforms or none of that. But what I'm saying is we are cool with with white people. We
but
you know,
but Michael,
go
don't
ahead.
people know that when we grow up, or you've been around the world, right? But we got some black people that don't like that word. When I went to Texas, and I'm from California, and I use bitch and nigga all the time. When I went out there, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, my nigga?" They didn't like that shit. They was like, "We don't do that out here." So we got some black people
Ari,
who agree
I
with that
found that
shit.
out when I went to the military and I
Hmm.
called a nigga from Alabama. I'm sorry. I called a black man from Alabama nigga. That nigga s- and that nigga said, "What you say?" I said, "What you mean?" And that nigga was tight. He was like,
Right.
"Yo," but it's listen, you now look at 2023. It's
Right.
mad. It's mad black men and women in the South calling each other niggas.
Okay.
I'm only saying that we have to be careful when we talk amongst each other, and we know that there's white people in the chat or that fuck
Mhm.
with us. We have to understand that if we use that word liberally amongst each other, you have to understand that they gonna get some people may get comfortable with that and use that just like we use it.
Uh,
Again,
no. Yeah, but I was raised around a lot of white folks in the hood. We had white folks in the hood too, and they do the black culture thing. They mama cook just as like our mothers and things, but I ain't never heard them say nigga to me.
no, 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 ma.
Yeah,
This is
I
what
know
I'm
you
saying.
know that. We both around the same age. Okay.
Right, but what I'm telling you is that where I grew up around a lot of Latinos, and Shree Bag can attest to this. They use the N word more than we use the N word.
Thank you.
That's a
Thank you.
fact, especially in New York.
Word up.
Now I grew up. I said they say nigga all the time, okay? But the ones I raised, the white folks, they knew. I guess they knew better. I don't know,
Listen,
but I never heard them call me a
listen,
nigga.
RE, let me tell you something. When it comes to New York, Puerto
Hmm.
Ricans are one of the few Latin American type Spanish countries that actually consider themselves close enough to black.
Yes,
In New
they
York, it's
do.
the same shit. We cousins. You black,
And
I'm
they
brown.
and they understand they understand that African, or I can't say all of them, but a lot of them understands that they have an African lineage.
And they respect their Taino lineage as well.
Word up, word
I know
up.
Puerto Ricans that'll be like, I ain't no Puerto Rican, I'm Borinquen. What the fuck is wrong with you? You feel me? Like they
Boy,
take
they
it.
can. Word up.
And here's another thing that I want to say. When hip hop came out and Run DMC came out, and they was like, yo, not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning
Bad
good.
meaning good.
It was
Word
that
up.
type of mentality that had everybody out here saying that N word. Yo, my nigga, da 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 da. Because we was gonna take a bad word and make it good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was the premise. And I'm not gonna sit here in front like Puerto Ricans didn't have nothing to do with hip hop because them motherfuckers up here
That
was
had a lot to
strong with
do
the
with
hip
hip
hop.
hop.
You
A
damn
lot to
right.
do with hip hop.
You goddamn right.
But hold on, sister. What was the Tribe Called Quest song? I think I don't know the title, but Q-Tip was talking about nigga nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he was
I think that's
saying
the name of the
how
song, nigga nigga.
right, but he was talking about how the older black people had a problem with the word, but he was talking about how the younger black people then changed it to something different. And
Mm-hmm,
now you
mm-hmm.
got white people calling themselves nigga. You heard?
You got all
So
this calling each other nigga because of hip hop.
yeah, word up, word up. But listen, that's off topic. I ain't mean to take it there because I want to stay on Kendra, and I want Kendra to hit the fucking link. I mean, it's not, that nigga word is not off topic. Kendra didn't say the word nigga, but she told Shorty to put a banana in her mouth, and I want her to justify how she wanted her to shut up by putting a banana in her mouth. Because again, she could have said a cucumber or a dick or whatever. She chose the word
They
banana.
say
Don't use banana. Don't use watermelon. Don't
But
say you
nah,
got.
she already did it. So let's talk
Oh
about it.
my God. Let me mute.
Let's talk about it. She already did it. Let's talk about it.
and you know what? This is why I made that comment before. Like, I really feel like, a lot of people on YouTube will be like, oh, you can't tell me how to fight. You can't tell me how to respond. But here we are, basically telling Kendra how to respond.
Mhm.
But at the same time, we can respond back or feel how any way we feel about it. You know what I'm saying? The fact that she was
Hmm.
able to make those comments, I can't fault Michael Phillips for wanting her to come up here and explain herself and do whatever, whatever. That's a
Hmm.
consequence of her actions. And my thing with Newport was, don't try to move the goalpost. This is her fight. This ain't your fight. You mind your business.
I mean,
Okay?
yo, if they not in a relationship any longer, then why does he care?
Exactly. And that's another part of the problem because, like you said, Michael Phillips, a lot of people felt that he was, making her do this shit, or he was a heavy influence on her, even saying these motherfucking things and acting a fucking fool, or being like, yo, how could you condone her talking like this? You black, motherfucker. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Let me ask a question. Would y'all say Kendra is in her 30s, like late 30s or early 40s?
I think Kendra's around 45, mid 40s. I could be wrong though, or early 40.
Okay, so let's go with that for a second. Let's say she's in her 40s. What man can influence her to say some racist shit on a lot in public, and then people say, well, Newport encouraged her to do that. Well, if he did and she responded to his wishes, then she's a weak broad on top of being racist. That doesn't change the dynamic. She did some racist shit, whether she was influenced to do it or she did it on her own. I, you know, from my perspective, if she was influenced to do it by Newport and she responded, then it makes her weaker than I thought she was. But regardless, she said some racist shit. I'm not talking about what other people said she said because I wasn't privy to it. I know what she said yesterday. And what she said yesterday was enough for me. So I don't want to, I don't want to deal with what apparently happened, you know, a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago or a year ago. I don't know. I don't know shit about it. But I definitely want her to address what she said yesterday.
Okay, hold up. Let me bring this up real quick because she's not here yet. I don't know if she's coming. Now, Sincere,
Hey,
did she
sincere.
always say, I'll never let a white person stand for me or stand on me? Because I wasn't there for this part. So I don't understand it. And then Kendra was like, okay, I'll let you tell it. Of course, like she don't believe her or whatever the case may be. Um, just to play devil's advocate, Kendra did feel a way that they wasn't letting her talk. So I get it. She wanted to say something. Oh, stand on me. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Sister Shree,
Yeah.
on a lot of these platforms, um, people got problems, they got beefs, and when they hit live streams and they talk they shit, people over talk each other, people wild out and do their thing. You heard? So what happened to Kendra yesterday ain't nothing different than what happens on a regular basis in these black YouTube streets, if we want to call it that. So because she wasn't able to talk because Skoka kept cutting her off, that wasn't a reason to make a racist statement. I don't give a fuck. Like if you about that life, then let Skoka talk her shit, and then when you get a chance to talk, you talk your shit. But she was pissed off, she was impatient, and she used the banana term, and that's when, for me, I was like, all right, now we on some other shit. But yeah, Skoko was definitely in her bag talking her shit. And that happens on YouTube on a regular basis. It ain't nothing different than what we see every day. It wasn't necessary for Kendra to use the banana term. She can justify it if she wants to, but from where I'm at, there's no justification. I'm not falling for that. I'm not feeding into it. Period.
And do you feel like Kendra should know better at this point, or that doesn't even matter no more?
Ma, you said because I speculated her age. You said she was in her 40s or mid 40s or whatever. She definitely should know better. Fuck out of here. And you've been frequenting these black platforms for what, 4 or 5 years? You know what this is. You know how we give it up. If you don't fuck with niggas, then don't frequent these platforms. Go somewhere else where you feel more comfortable. Fuck we talking about. Listen, and
And you know
and you
what?
know what?
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Mike, because I know
No,
what I
no,
want.
no, no, my bad, sister. Go ahead.
Okay, because what I was gonna say was she said she kept saying that the reason it's called the black sector is not because of the color black. Hey Nap, hey Cosmo, it was because of it's dark and things like that, right?
Okay, okay. So if that's the case, let's go with the word semantics. If that's the case, then you know how the dark sector is going to give it up when you say certain shit that you said. Fuck you talking about? Like I listen, I there's a lot of equivocating, prevaricating over here. I'm not with none of that. I listen. There's a lot of typing, but there's not like hit the link, man. Talk about it. I don't give a fuck about what you typing in the chat. Hit the link and talk about it.
Hey King Curl, look, she might not come up. Newport might not come up. That's the troll work right there. Mike, ain't
Yeah,
nobody.
I'm and listen, I'm too old to understand trolling and all of that other shit. I listen, I'm a pup on YouTube. You heard? So trolling and all of that shit don't mean shit to me. Nothing. If you wanna address some shit, let's address it. But I'm not with the games. I'm not with all of that other shit. What they call it, running plays. I don't even know what that means. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Let's talk about some real shit.
Another touchy subject, and it was two touchy subject. One was the banana, and the other one is Miss Rice. We know what but her and Buddy went through, so that was like two
Nah,
strikes.
her and Buddy ain't go through nothing.
No, I'm
That,
just saying it's just a sensitive subject.
But hold on, I already questioned Kendra about that because she was like, "Oh, she wasn't trying to diss Miss Raz." So I was like, "Who was you trying to diss?" Because you mentioned it, Miss Raz on Buddy Lee panel. So
Yeah.
what the fuck? You trying to throw shade on somebody or not?
Okay. It was already discussed. I missed that part.
No, I brought it up. She never answered it though, because she was like, she at work and she gonna come up in a minute. She ain't come up yet. So
Okay.
it is what it is.
All right.
But also, y'all also said that she was trying to say something to Lady La. We don't know what the fuck she was gonna say to Lady La. She could have wanted to say something about, "Hey, bro, God, how you doing? Okay."
oh, bro God in here? What up, bro God? What up, fam?
Yeah.
That's my brother right there. You heard?
Bro, God in the building.
Hey, that
But listen, all I'm saying is that we can we can equivocate and talk about all types of other shit, but at the end of the day, we have to address, or Kendra has to address what she said. She told Shorty to put a banana in her mouth. She didn't say a cucumber. She didn't say a dick. She said a banana. I need to understand where that came from because I'm telling you, if she was trying to tell her to shut the fuck up so she could talk, that's one thing. But to choose the banana, that to me, that says there's something deep rooted in her that made her say banana. Because she didn't have to choose, she didn't have to choose a banana, but she did. And that's where I'm at with it. And I'm willing to listen to her explanation or whatever, but I'm gonna tell you in my mind, I know what she meant when she said it.
So So MP, you
Yes,
convinced
ma'am.
of what she said. What if she doesn't come up because she knows you're convinced of what she said and she knows she can't change your
I
mind?
mean, listen, listen. If she can come up and defend herself and speak on what she has to say, it don't matter what I think. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the end all to be all. Like it's a lot of people up here, so it don't matter what I think. She can still talk her shit.
That's a fact. I kind of like what Cosmo said about the racial undertones, you know. And Saida, hold on, and Saida, I mentioned that too. That's what I said to her. I was like, yo, for real, you made mistakes already, especially with the Uncle Remus comment and all of that. So people are gonna look and listen to what you saying with a fine tooth comb. Ain't no thing you say is gonna look crazy.
Sister Shree
You know what
bad.
I'm saying?
But when you say when you choose to use the term mistake, was it really a mistake or was it really what she was feeling? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Okay, and that's the thing because she will say no, right? She don't feel like she's a racist. If you ask other folk, they'll be like, "Yeah, that's what she was really feeling," which to everybody else is her being a motherfucking racist. Is she a racist? I don't fucking know. One thing that I will agree with Queen Naima was like, "Yo, you from Boston? It's a lot of racist people out there. There sure is a lot of
Okay,
racist people
but
in
hold on though. Hold on. There's a brother, damn, what's my brother name? Shit. I apologize for not remembering.
It's all right.
Slapper
Yeah, Slapper's from
Slapper
Boston.
Slapper is from Boston, and Slapper will tell you, and I've heard him say it, that Boston is not racist. Maybe
Oh,
at
it's not
some point,
racist? Okay.
maybe back in the day it was, but Slapper
Mm-hmm.
will tell you it's not that.
Okay, see? And I'll be wrong because up here in
No,
New
I'm not
York,
saying you wrong. I'm just saying that's what I heard Slapper say.
right, and it might not be that way now, but I
Right,
remember growing up,
right,
that's that was the thing. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Especially the white folk. So, I understand why she would feel that way towards somebody. They don't know her personally like we do, which is another reason why we take what Kendra say a little differently than they do because they don't know her from a hole in the wall. We got to experience Kendra, whether it was for 1 year,
Yes,
2 years,
yes. And
and,
that's
and
why I'm disappointed because I was like, yo, she cool people. You know what I'm saying? Like I was rocking with her.
mm-hmm.
And now in the last few months, there's a lot of reckless shit that's come out your mouth. Like, what we doing here?
Mm-hmm. Is it trolling? Is it roasting? Or
Ma,
is it just
let me explain
for
something.
fun?
Ma, listen, sister, if it's trolling, then you trolling wrong because there's some black people out here that don't play that type of shit. So if you're trolling, then you're doing it wrong
Mm.
because you're gonna make a lot of enemies out here trolling by playing racist or making racist statements. You're gonna lose a lot of people out here.
It's a fact.
Black people embrace you on this platform, and then from nowhere you may. And again, I heard that she made other racist statements. I wasn't privy to it, but I was definitely privy to it yesterday. And I heard her say the banana shit. She tried to justify what she meant. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. You use the term banana to address another black woman. Fuck out of here.
Lady Still, what? She sat on Tuck and D's panel trying to get D to take her shirt off. Ooh-wee.
I don't know. Maybe she going through a midlife crisis or something. I don't know. But I don't
That's
give a fuck. That's not my business. You
Yeah,
heard?
Lady Steel, I agree. I don't like that exploitation shit. And at the same time, I can sit here and say that Newport is exploiting Kendra. Cause he's definitely using her to troll or make
Okay,
troll moves.
okay,
That
o-
shit.
okay. Again, I'm gonna say Kendra is a grown woman. So if you're feeding into another person, um, um, you know, encouraging you to troll people by saying racist shit, again, in my mind, that shit was already in you. Cause you
I,
can't. What happened?
I get that. I get how you feel about that.
Yeah. I don't give a
How you
fuck
feel about that.
about what Newport did or what he was saying. I'm saying what Kendra did.
Right. And I give a fuck. And I'm here because of what Newport said and did earlier today.
Yeah,
Not
see, I
exactly
say
because
I'm
of
not
Kendra
privy. I'm
yesterday.
not privy to that. So you have
Right.
to help me out with that.
All right, so like I said, I'm gonna help you out because you came in after I explained it. So
Hmm.
this morning, James had a live.
Hmm.
So and it was really for men. So I decided, I came up, I was talking to him and Joe, and I decided to ask him certain questions, as him being a man and how he feel about certain things.
Right.
So I was the one that mentioned the Kendra situation from last night to James and how he felt about the whole black and white thing and who's a racist and who, you know what I'm saying, all of that stuff because of what happened yesterday, right? So
Hmm.
James explained himself very well. And Kendra was in the chat and she was typing. That's where she typed to me, how do I feel about those women doing race, calling her racial slurs after whatever. So as I was explaining to her what I felt, that's when Newport jumped in and was like, oh, they calling her racist because she's fucking a black man and all this other shit. And then because I gave whatever answer I gave, he was like, oh, Shri, you slow. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm slow. So that's why I'm on here now to let Kendra know that when y'all was together, when y'all not together, y'all friends now, y'all not friends now, that motherfucker is using you for trolling. Okay? He don't mind doing whatever or having you do whatever and all of that so you could bear the brunt of the bullshit. Okay? Because you getting ripped a new asshole for the shit that you say when you was with him, when you was not with him, and the fact that he's jumping in and windmilling for you at the wrong fucking time. No, and they got the nerve to come over here talking about that was the fastest troll I ever did. That's not a diss to me. That's a diss to you, Kendra, because he's using you for bullshit. He's using the fact that motherfuckers call you racist. He's using the fact that he fucked you, he ain't fucking you no more, and all that other shit to keep the troll up. The troll is more important than you ever was. So instead of you worrying about how these women feel and how those women feel based off of what the fuck you said, worry about how that motherfucker feel, your so-called friend that you just happen to fuck.
Okay, so sister, um, based on what you just said, it sounds like we're talking about two different things. We're talking about a troll trolling, and we're talking about a white woman expressing some racist views. I don't give a fuck about a troll, right? But what I care about is the fact that a white woman feels comfortable enough to tell a black woman to put a banana in her mouth, this, that, and the third. So again, I'm separating the two issues. I don't give a fuck about what Newport is doing. I don't respond to trolls. I don't really care about trolls and what they doing. But when I hear uh, a racist, or I'm not gonna call her a racist because I don't know what she is, but to make racist statements among towards black people, that's a problem. It's a problem. I don't give like people. I don't know why people can't separate the fact that if Newport is encouraging her Let's be focused on the fact that she's a grown woman, and she can either choose to do it or not do it.
And
And
that's
the
a
fact
fact
that
too.
she chooses to do it, that's on her.
Oh, she ain't made it yet. I'm
Say that
sorry.
again, Are
No, I said she haven't made it yet.
She hasn't made what?
She haven't came yet. What I mean, I just
Oh,
got back. I
Oh,
just
no,
got
she
back.
ain't get here. She ain't come on the panel yet. Nuh-uh.
Oh, she in the chat still? Oh, okay.
No, I don't think she in the chat no more. She hadn't typed in a while, so she might be working, like you said. She might be talking to Newport. I don't know what the fuck she doing. Right now, I'm just catching MP up on speed as to why I'm here, what happened this morning. You know, and
nah, but
lady,
I appreciate what you said about Newport, but again, that doesn't address what Kendra said, right? If Newport does have a battery in her back and she's responding to what Newport is doing, then shame on her. She's a grown ass woman. But let me tell you, you can't make a grown ass woman or grown ass man do something that they don't want to do. Period.
that's a fact. That's a fact. And you, like I said, you right. You right as rain, because it gets to a point where, okay, we looking at Kendra as the white lady, maybe racist, maybe not white lady, but at the same time, Kendra, we gonna look at you as a fucking adult and hold you accountable for being adult or lack thereof. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mind pointing it out to Kendra how, you looking crazy out here right now. It's okay, lady. Still, I respect you. Thank you so much for coming in. You know what I'm saying? I agree. We need to be humans together on planet Earth, and that was the whole point of it. That was the whole point of it. Um, you know, when motherfuckers decide different. Oh, you staying? Okay. When motherfuckers decide to do different and be different and act different, we could all have our own responses to it. Michael Phillips wants to know why with Kendra, why you do the things you do. What the fuck is what's going on with you, especially with yesterday. I want to know. You know what? I really don't want to know what the fuck is going on with Kendra as far as yesterday or none of that shit. I just wanted to rip Newport a little bit of asshole because you playing yourself and you playing homegirl at the same time, and neither and Kendra, you don't realize it. Okay, so I'm talking to you as a woman now. I don't give a fuck what race your fuck is. I don't give a fuck what race you is. But all this shit ties in together. And if we're going to be fair about it, you know what I'm saying? We got to look at all these angles here and come to understand this amongst one another. I ain't even mad. I ain't even mad that Michael Phillips is steadfast focus on this right here. I'm not mad at that at all because he has every right to be. But I just want Michael Phillips to know I'm steadfast on this right here over here too. RE might be steadfast on something else. What did he say, Black Dust? Tell me. Tell me what he said and who it was about. Because, everybody has something to say about everything. Everybody has something to say about everything. And Michael Phillips called him out on that too. Hey, Lurky. And Michael Phillips called him out on that too. You know what? Sometimes Michael Phillips is the best person to call a motherfucker out on something because he says things way better than the fuck I do. He introduced. When Wisdom said something about Monkey. Oh shit! Yep. Oh shit, Lurky. Should I? You know what I'm saying?
Michael tore that ass up. That was months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know at least that MP is fucking consistent as fuck. Okay. We're not gonna say that MP is not consistent.
Exactly.
He is consistent in a motherfucker. If he had a problem with that where Monkey was used, he definitely gonna have a problem with this banana comment and all that fly shit. Okay? I'm not mad at all. I never said, hey, Michael Phillips, come on over here and talk about this. Nope, he jumped in and I ain't even mad. Stay your ass right here too. Because he's waiting on Kendra right now. All right. So lurking.
No, but sister, so I want to be clear about something. Like, I'm 56 years old. I'm about to be 57 next week.
Woo!
You
Happy
heard?
birthday.
Word up. Gemini all day. but but what I'm saying is that I grew up in an era where white people, for lack of a better term, wasn't so nice to black people. You heard? And
Mm-hmm.
so I grew up with that understanding that I don't trust white people. You heard?
Mm-hmm.
Now I've progressed. My mind is different. I'm in a different era. I work with listen, when I went to the military is the first time I was around a lot of white people heavy like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in 84. But what I'm saying is that, as you grow, you progress. You understand? And so I got respect for people of other races that's not my own, right? But I still, I still focus on my people because I know we still are being oppressed and being subjugated to bullshit. You heard? But at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, we have the wherewithal to rock out, whether whether we college educated and you know work with a corporation or form our own business. We have that ability. We didn't have that ability back in the day, but we do have that ability, right? So listen, the anger that certain black people, listen, I always called myself a revolutionary back in the
Mm-hmm.
day.
Mm-hmm.
But what does that really mean, sister? Like, what is revolution? Like, in this country, the Black Panthers, the Nation of Islam, there was a lot of organizations that actually was about that revolution, and it was probably necessary at that time. But there's no armed group of black male and females is going to make a change in this country when white people are in control of shit. It's not going to happen. It's just not. So you have to figure out what there's other ways of forming a revolution, and it doesn't have to be a combat situation, a physical confrontation. It can be in other ways. You know what I'm saying? Whether we pool our resources, or whether we help each other, or help each other's kids go through college and get educated and do what they need to do. There's a lot of different forms of revolution. It
You
don't
know,
have to be.
you know what, MP?
Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
man.
cut you off real quick to say this. I wish that you were at James' panel earlier
Hmm.
because I feel like the live that he did was for somebody like you, right?
Okay.
And ask James questions about how he deals being his age, right?
Mm.
And how do you navigate through dealing with the younger generation on YouTube? You know what I'm saying? And I like what I like about James is that from a black perspective, James is a 60-year-old white man. It would be easily assumed by any black person that he could have ended up as a redneck. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Racist,
when I
disrespect.
first heard James
Hold
talk, I
on,
was
hold
like,
on.
why is he up here? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I
yeah,
mean, no
so
disrespect, James.
no, ain't no disrespect at all. So what I'm saying is, but James is so cool and he's so much the other way. So that's why
Word
I look
up.
at James like, yo, I want to know his perspective because he came through a lot and he
Yeah.
turned into something different. It's very similar with you, Michael Phillips. Hey, Choctaw, how you doing, baby? Because at the same time, you just said to me, now you not 60, but you close enough to his
Mhm.
age, right? You done seen a whole lot of shit. And
Yeah.
it's like when you said to me just now, yo, for a long time, I didn't even trust white people, but I had to turn around like this. You know what I'm saying? It's those fucking perspectives that I look to, that I want to hear from. You know what I'm saying? That's the place where I was asking James the question about yesterday and how he feels about the whole black and white situation on
Today.
YouTube right now. Right. You know, coming from where he came from and looking at things how he did. Same with you. That's why I'm like, yo, I don't mind you being up here talking. I don't mind at all, because you're like the opposite end of the spectrum. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
From
But
his
listen,
perspective to yours,
but listen, I don't really care about YouTube that much. I care about real life shit. And so um what I would tell you is that like where I live, I've reached out to a lot of young black men, and there's a lot of things I got going on to support young black men. Now, listen, there needs to be a support system for young black women, but I don't think I'm equipped to do that. So I focus on the young black men. But what I'm telling you is that um in 2023, right, there's still systemic racism. But what I'm telling you is that a lot of our plights in the black community don't have nothing to do with white people. It has everything to do with how black people treat each other and how black people deal with each other. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's still that racism is still there in 2023, but we sort of feed into it by mistreating each other as opposed to uh, coming at the people we need to address. And it's not all white people, and it's not. Listen, Barack Obama was a president. He got reelected, so he was a president for 8 years. Barack Obama's policies did not support black people.
Mm-mm.
Period.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Lady Steel, you ain't got to stake your storm cloud nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
What's he said?
She bothered. She upset. And I want to know who the fuck is calling her a Karen, because I don't know you to be a Karen. I don't know
Nah,
who you're
lady
Karen
still
to,
ain't
who you
never been that.
Karen. I ain't know nothing about that. And see that,
Yeah.
and that's the other thing. That's the other thing, Michael Phillips, because I said that before in previous lives. Like, okay, so Kendra did this, or this other white person over there in the beef sector did that. Do I put Lady Steele under that umbrella? No, I'm not gonna do that. Do I put James under that umbrella? No, I'm not gonna do that. Am I
Listen,
gonna
what I said about Skoka, I said Skoka should have addressed um um what's her name? Kendra.
Kendra? Yeah.
Yeah, that shit did not need to go to James, Lady Still, or no other white person other than Kendra, because that's who you were addressing. You needed to leave it there. Skoka chose to take it on a racist tirade or whatever. She actually said, "I want to be racist right now," and that's a problem. You can't do that, man. You can't. I mean,
And we can chalk
you
that
could
up
do
to
what the fuck you
alcohol.
want to do. You could do what you want to do, but don't think that there's not going to be repercussions behind that.
Choctaw, it didn't have to be heavy. It just kind of became heavy. It's like a heavy undertone to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this
Wait a
shit
minute,
needs.
that's Choctaw Chiefess,
Oh yeah, that's Choctaw Chief. Come
my
on now.
sister. I ain't seen her in a minute.
Oh
What's
yeah.
good, sister?
See,
I
Michael
know, I
Phillips,
know
you
you
was
got
so
a
into your
birthday.
shit. You didn't hear when I said, "What's up, Choctaw?"
Ain't
Mm-hmm.
got
She a fellow Gemini, so I know either
no-
she already had her birthday or her birthday is coming up. Peace to you, sister.
Hey, happy belated birthday. My son was yesterday.
Oh, happy belated birthday to your son, R.E.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
Birthday.
yeah.
That's what's up.
I don't
All
mess
right.
with.
So before we even talk any further, Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not sitting here waiting for no motherfucking Kendra. No, I'm not sitting here waiting
we off that. We off that.
because them motherfuckers came whenever the fuck they came through. Okay, but I will fill in Choctaw and Lurky about what the fuck is going on once more with feeling. Okay, now I don't know if well, Choctaw, I'm gonna assume you don't fucking know. But Lurky, you know Buddy Lee had his live last night. What up, the mayor? Buddy
Man,
Lee
what up, bro?
Yeah, he had the fuck shit Friday last night, right? And it's a lot to explain now because it's a lot of different layers of this motherfucker. So yeah. So last night, Buddy Lee had fuck shit Friday, and I think it was Skoka's birthday yesterday. Was it her birthday yesterday?
No,
Or
her birthday is Sunday, but she been celebrating. She started celebrating last night.
Okay, so happy birthday, upcoming birthday to Skoka. Let's give it a and also to Shay, I am her. Happy belated birthday, because I think her birthday was yesterday or the day before too. Right?
Shout out
So
to my Geminis.
all right, big up to the Geminis, all right?
Word
And
up.
at this point, I ain't gonna say that too fucking often, but big up to the Geminis. So
yeah.
Really?
So so Skoka was having a good time. She was drinking a little bit. She had the thing in her hand. And Choctaw, if you don't know who Skokahantas is, don't worry about it. Okay, you don't gotta know all that. She's cool, but okay, she's younger. I'm gonna just put that out there for you, Choctaw. So me personally, I don't know what happened in the beginning. When I came in, Skoka and this other young lady was going in on Kendra about being racist and all this other shit. So what happened with me was I was in the chat like, yo, what the fuck happened? And somebody said in the chat that Kendra called Skoka a monkey. So I was like, well, how she called her a monkey? Did she actually say she's a monkey? Because I know that Kendra already done said some silly ass shit. You know what I mean? So I wanted to know how far the silly hole, the silly rabbit hole went down. So they was like, oh, she said something about a banana. So I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about a fucking banana for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? So as they were going back and forth about the whole banana thing, Skoka and the other young lady, they start going into the pro-black vibes. Okay, can y'all just imagine what the pro-black vibes are? And Skoka ends up saying something about mutts, which caused Big Chief to come up on the panel and say, speak his 2 cents and tell people you was wrong for that and blah, blah, blah. And while they were telling Skoka she was wrong about the mutt comment, this, that, and the third, Kendra was explaining herself in the chat. She even came up in the panel and said a little something, but her explanation, Lurky, and I'm glad you're here, her explanation was that when she said the banana thing, okay, so what she said to Skoka was, stick a banana in your mouth and shut the fuck up. Something to that effect. My whole thing was, why the fuck would you even say that? She explained that Miss Raslin did a video a long time ago, sucking a whole banana down her throat. So that's what she was referring to. And she said that right after she made the comment. She was like, well, where's Miss Raz? Because Miss Raz could teach you something. Okay? So that's where that came from. And I was like, well, Kendra, why would you even have to say any of that? That was my thing. But, it turned into the whole black and white thing. She racist, right? Okay. So now this morning, James did a live. And I came up on his panel. And I was asking James questions. One of the questions that I asked James was how he felt about what happened yesterday with Kendra and how he feel about the whole black and white situation that's going on these YouTube streets, don't matter what the sector is, right? So he gave his answer, but Kendra was in the chat. So Kendra was responding back to our conversation. No problem. Kendra says to me, well, Shree, how do you feel about those ladies calling me racial slurs after the fact? So I was telling her how I felt about that. in jumps in motherfucking Newport. Okay? Newport want to jump in and play Captain Save-A-Hole, talking about, oh, they feel she racist because she fucking a black man and all that. So I had to tell this motherfucking Newport, I don't give a fuck about the poom and the peen. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean nothing to me. And he was like, oh, Shreebad don't want no smoke from me. I said, no, I don't want no smoke from you because you smoke cigarettes. And if you want me to smoke with you, change your name to Ganja 5000 or some shit like that, what the fuck I like to do. And then we could smoke all motherfucking day. Until then, the only time that I would chill with your cigarette ass is back in the fucking early 90s and early 2000 snacks when you could smoke up in the club. So you would have your cigarette ass next to me while I'm smoking the tree so that motherfuckers in the club don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay? That's the only reason why your cigarette ass would be the motherfucker next to me. Okay? Because you to be my club crimey so I can smoke my trees in peace, bitch. Because I'm high, nigga. Okay? So I told him I'm going to fire up a live to rip your ass a little bit. I'm gonna bust a new asshole out of you, just a little smidgen, Newport, because you acting a fucking fool. I ain't for it. So not even 5 minutes, I'm fucking on live. He puts up a comment talking about this the fastest troll that I ever did. And I said, you know what? This could be the fastest troll you ever did, but right now you look fucking stupid because you using homegirl as a fucking troll. You using her for your troll moves. The fuck is wrong? You using this broad. She getting fucked up over you. And Kendra, you cool with that? And she was like, me and him ain't fucking no more. We not together no more. Well, it don't matter no more. Who gives a fuck now whether you fucking or not? He's still using you to troll. You feel good about that? Because that's all you're good for. You're not good for a cum bucket no more. So what? You good to be used as a troll and you get the fucking brunt of the bullshit? Even though he had nothing to do with last night. And that's the other thing I said. I was like, yo, motherfucker, was you there last night? Did you have anything the fuck to do with last night? No, the fuck you didn't. So why you even jumping and caping for the bitch? And y'all know I'm not calling Kendra a bitch like that. I'm from New York. We call everybody a bitch. The fuck is you doing? Mind your business. If your ding-a-ling ain't up in her no more, keep it where the fuck it's at. And it don't need to come next to me because I don't want no cigarette ding-a-ling. I got my own motherfucking ding-a-ling, damn it. The fuck? Save-A-Hole on a bitch months ago and told her not to make the motherfucking Uncle Remus comment, but you ain't had no problem with that when you was sticking your dick in her mouth, and then when you pulled the dick out, she talking crazy. Now you want to play Captain Saver, bitch? You better stop fucking playing with me, Newport. I'm not the one for the bullshit. I don't give a fuck whether your woman is racist because I can just ignore her ass. Okay? Apparently, she's worried about what other people say and motherfucker feel. And if you were so worried about what the other motherfuckers say and motherfucker feel, you'd have made sure you did your fucking due diligence so motherfuckers don't even look at her like that. But your drunk bitch ass don't know what the fuck to do with your motherfucking self. So how the fuck you gonna know what to do with a woman? Don't try to play me, son. I'm not for it. Okay? You better get your Newports and make sure you don't get the menthol flavor because the menthol is fucking you up. All right?
You heard?
The fuck out of here. That's how the fuck I feel. And selective outrage allows me to feel the fuck how I want to feel, when the fuck I want to feel, and say what the fuck I want. Okay? Ain't nobody got to like the motherfucker. And that's what Kendra need to realize. If you going to say certain things out your mouth, you going to stand by that motherfucker or you not. And certain ways to stand on your shit, motherfuckers don't care. Because you done did the shit before. You did some old similar ass shit. So ain't nobody going to tolerate the excuse of Miss Raz. I get that shit. I don't give a fuck about what Miss Raz did. What the fuck are you even mentioning Miss Raz on Buddy Lee panel for? Like, the fuck? What are you doing? For what? Who are you shading? If you're not trying to shade Miss Raz, who the fuck are you shading? Was you trying to shade Buddy Lee? Was you trying to shade Lady La? And Skoke is a new person, so she don't know how you roll with them and how they deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Lady La's like, well, don't bring no racist comment up on here. What does she do? Motherfucking seemingly racist comment. Well, what's grimy BK shit? What the fuck is crimey BK shit? How I do? Maybe. Whatever. Okay? The whatever. Yeah. Call it what it. Oh, you mean with the club shit? Man, that's grimy. The fuck? They got what they want. I got what I want, right? The fuck?
Hey, yo, Shree, you said some seemingly racist shit. That shit was racist. I
What
don't
I
give a
said that's
fuck.
racist.
No. You said seemingly racist. What Kendra said.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying what she said was racist. It ain't no
Oh, it was straight up
seemingly.
racist. Okay. I
Yeah,
won't be nice no
that's what
more.
I'm saying. No. I mean that's your perspective, and I respect it. I'm telling you from my perspective, that was racist, and she knew what she was doing when she said it.
Okay.
Period.
I don't want to sound like no true Freeman Black Dust. I'm about to time your ass out. Is Black Dust a moderator? Somebody time his ass out. Okay. And I'd rather say Star Crunch, but I can't find a good way to put in a fucking sentence. Okay.
Yeah. Yo, I'm just personally, I
Good.
feel, I feel like, listen, Kendra's, I'm gonna say it again. She's a grown woman. So if she's manipulated by another human being to say some racist shit, knowing that she's talking to people in a black sector, she's a white woman, and she's willing to say certain shit because she's being manipulated, then what kind of woman is she?
And you know what? Even better, is she really being manipulated, or did she use Newport just as much as he used her?
Ma, I said that earlier. A lot.
You
I'm
sure
saying
did.
that
You
what
sure
she
did. I'm just
said,
repeating it for
what
the new
she
folk here.
what she said was already in her. Newport
Mm-hmm.
ain't have to manipulate her to do that. That was already in her. It was there. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
Newport made her comfortable to say it, but that was already there, ma. It was already there.
So what should we do about it, Michael Phillips? As a
There's nothing. There's nothing to do. This is YouTube. Fuck that, bruh. Fuck her.
keep talking.
Yeah, it's not. Listen, niggas ain't doing shit in their own communities. Why we worried about some shit on YouTube? Fuck what Kendra talking about.
Okay. Welcome to the Black Perspective, y'all. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about what Kendra talking about. That shit don't affect me one iota. Fuck her. So she can keep. Listen, if black people want to entertain her on their platforms, so be it. I don't care nothing about it. Nothing.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
my perspective.
Wait, who's that? That can? Oh, Re, come back up if you want to. Re, she might have had to do something. I ain't mad.
I don't give a fuck about what Kendrick says or what she does or what she thinks. That shit don't do. That don't move nothing over here. Nothing.
Well, then you ain't got to come up here, Kendra. It don't matter.
Nah, she can still come through because I would love to have that discussion. She when she somehow weaves Miss Raz into this what she said the other last night, like what? I would love to hear that perspective. I would love to hear it.
Hey, Dusa, it's another question. Does Miss Raz give a shit?
Yeah, but again, it's not about Miss Raz. She put Miss Raz in it, but this ain't about Miss Raz.
It's a fact.
She put Miss Raz in it.
I agree. I agree.
So I would like to know why she did that, or the explanation to make
And
it
more,
make sense. But
and more
but
than likely, she gonna tell you it was just a joke.
mm,
You know,
okay. So at the end of the day, if it was just a joke, we still need to understand why you told Shorty to put a banana in her mouth.
and shut the fuck up.
Right. I still need an explanation for that. And there is none. I mean, I know you can give us one, but there is none.
There's none that's acceptable.
There's none that makes sense. If it makes sense, I'll listen to you all day. But there's nothing you could tell me that's gonna make sense of what you said.
Mm-hmm.
So listen,
Mm-hmm.
sister, I was real, like I said, I was there yesterday. Listen, I ain't been on YouTube for a minute. Like I told you earlier, I've been going through some personal shit with
Mm-hmm.
my moms and all of that. But, you know, I do come to YouTube for like some sort of relief to laugh or whatever. And when I heard that shit yesterday, I mean, the shit was funny up until Shorty came through and she said what she said. And when she said that shit, I was like, wait, what? So I don't know, man. It's mm.
I came in when motherfuckers was yelling all over the place, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?" Like, what happened? Y'all know me. I be coming in confused like a motherfucker. I was like, "What?"
Well, again, so to put it in a nutshell, uh, Big Chief came through defending his kids and his wife, and he
Right. I came
basically
in for
said,
that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And so
I
what
was
I'm
here for
saying, so whatever happened before that is irrelevant to me. I'm focused on what Big Chief said and how he felt about mixed breed kids being called mutts and all of that, and I was feeling that, right? But what I'm saying is, um, Kendra coming through and and telling Shorty, and listen, I'm not going to front. Skoka was on 1,000. She was tipsy. She was celebrating her birthday, and she wouldn't let Shorty talk. She wouldn't. She was cutting her off every time Kendrick kept trying to talk. Skoka was like, "Man, fuck you," you know what I'm saying? And she was spazzing. But the point is, listen, you get frustrated. We all get frustrated about certain things. So for example, if I'm around one of my dudes, or if I if I'm around a nigga I don't know, right? If something jumps off and it gets heated, I might say, nigga, shut the fuck up, whatever, whatever. But I'm not going to say, hey, yo, nigga, I'll hang you from I'll hang you. I'll put a noose around your neck and hang you from a tree. Like that shit don't come to my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk shit to each other, but it's not on some
Hey, James.
Hey, Shree. Hey,
James.
Michael.
What's up, James? What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Just hanging out.
Word up.
So, but you said a lot of things that I've said too when Shree came on my panel.
Okay, so talk about it. What we talking about?
Um, about especially like using social media as a relief,
Mm-hmm.
or you know, pretty much like it's supposed to be. we don't take this shit seriously. We got our own real lives.
Right, right.
We gotta have enough problems with them.
But
So
you know what, James? I've always respected you, and I'm gonna tell you, when I start following Shitty Greg and in that platform, like I've never said this publicly, but Shitty Greg and the people that participate um, on this platform has made me like look at things differently than I used to look at things. You know what I'm saying? And so I respect you. I respect Greg, Ron Draper, Lady Steele. I mean, we can go. We can run down the names, but what I'm telling you is that I've learned to. I mean, I've done this in my own experience, but what I'm telling you is listening to that stream and the things that y'all talk about and represent. I respect all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
so it's not, whatever issues I had, you know, 3 or 4 years ago, I learned to like look past it and move forward because it's all about forward movement for me. So it's about me and my family at the end of the day, and that's all I care about. Well, I shouldn't say that's all I care about because I care about people, but I'm
Hey,
saying my first focus is my family.
well, and it should always be your family.
Yeah.
And like, and I've said this for years. Um, I care about everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You
No
know,
doubt.
and I always want people to do better.
Yes.
And again, if you're a citizen of the United States, I have a deep concern to make sure that things work right and everybody's happy and doing well. I don't like seeing anybody, not do well.
Right.
So,
I get it.
you know, um, and I always respected you, always.
No doubt. And the same go. It's likewise with me, James. Nothing but respect over here.
Right. Um, and you, everybody teaches everybody a little bit of something all the time.
Mm-hmm. No
And,
doubt.
and you brought up, some good people. I mean, Shitty Greg, you know, um, Lady Steele, uh, Ron Draper,
Mm-hmm.
Buddy Lee,
Yep.
you know, they're, even though that they're younger, they still teach about things in their own way.
Right.
And, and with the problem solving and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and sure, you asked me, she goes, well, how do I connect with younger people? And I told her, I says, if you want my opinion, I give it. And what you do with it is your business. You can
Mm-hmm.
take it and go with it, or you can, not. I don't really, I've gotten old enough to where, it doesn't really matter. But if you ask, I will give you my opinion about it.
Mhm.
You know, I really try to give the best opinion for whatever situation that you're asking me about.
Right. Right.
You know, and there's a lot of times, that I sit in the bushes and listen to people and what's going on, and that's why a lot of times you'll see me on panels, and a lot of times I'm not saying anything, I'm listening.
Right. Right.
I mean, um, I just like people to do well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Now here's the crazy part, y'all. I'm 48. Okay, I'm not. I'm not young on the spectrum by any means. I'm like a middle child. So this type of talking is important for me. You know what I'm saying? Um, for many different reasons because I'm learning what type of or what type of person I want to be for the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people my age probably don't think like that, but that's where I'm at right now because, like Michael Phillips, I'm in a similar situation where I'm taking care of somebody that's way older, you know? And it really shows you a lot about mortality, you know, and how the aging process affects people.
right.
It's so important to keep your mind state or keep your mind towards understanding and wisdom. Because when you look at a person that's going through Alzheimer's or dementia or things like that,
Word
and I'm
up.
talking about 80 and 90-year olds,
Yeah,
shit like that,
yeah, yeah.
you be like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, the
It,
fuck?
Let me say this though. Um, I heard what you said, James, and I would tell you maybe 30 years ago, me and you could have never had this conversation because my mindset was completely different than what it is now.
oh, I agree.
So what I'm saying is, I've evolved, life experiences, all of that. Now I'm like, okay, every time I hear you hit a panel or you in the chat or whatever, you've been nothing but respectful. You heard? And I gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, 30 years ago, I was on a different, you know, a different mindset. And I had to go through some things to get me to where I am now. And now, like you said, what you said about you want to just we Americans and you want to see people do well and thrive and be successful and all of that. And that's what I want. All of us. It's not just about my people, but understand um my mentality, the way I grew up. Um yeah, it's my people first because I understand that we went through some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I want my people to thrive. But at the end of the day, like you said, I want all of us to thrive and do well. It's not just about my people, but understand the focus initially is my people because
No,
I because I understand how we've been treated in this country previously, and it's still happening, but it's changed. You know what I'm saying? And so I respect you for um, for embracing us and like looking at us like you look at your own people, like we all Americans. I appreciate that.
oh, that I mean, I understand. You wanted to take with or always wanting to be with your own people. Well, not really that. It's I guess protect your people. You know,
Yes.
But at
Yes.
the end of the day,
Protection is the better word. Yes.
yeah, right. And and I understand that, but at the end of the day, like with me, I just want to see everyone succeed,
Yeah. And
and I
that's
don't care who it is.
yeah. And that's some good shit. That's some good shit. And I agree with you, James. I do.
And then and like you're saying, 30 years ago, you're probably right. We wouldn't have had this conversation,
Right.
but as I've gotten older, and like you said, my mindset has changed uh,
Mm-hmm.
drastically.
Mm-hmm.
And then uh, being a paraplegic um, made things change even faster. You know,
But hold on, James, because I want people to be clear about what you just said. When your mind changed, it wasn't because you became a paraplegic. It was that you evolved into understanding like what's going on in the world and all of that. Because
right?
I don't want people to use you becoming a paraplegic to say, oh, that's why he fucked with us now. And I don't want that to
No,
happen. So I
no, no.
want you to be clear about what you're saying.
Yeah, and you're right. No, and the reason why I brought that up is because of what. Sorry, my what Cherie brought up was about having to deal with somebody who's older and having to take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
And as a person that has to have somebody help, I get what she's saying, and then being able to understand, the the consequences of taking on that role and having to deal with it,
Mm-hmm.
and you know doing the cleanup, and and having dementia in a person is the saddest
Yeah,
thing
hey
I
y'all.
have ever seen in my life.
No doubt.
When I was in the nursing home, I, there was a lady that was in there that, um, for a week before she passed, all she could, all she did was um, holler, and uh, her daughter felt so bad about it and stuff. And it's just, I just that to watch that and then know that it's a parent.
Yeah, I completely understand, James, because I'm sort of experiencing that same thing right now with my mom, and it's hard because I looked up to this woman all my life. You heard, and then to see
Exactly.
to see her in a confused state and not be able to like sustain herself, it's hard. Like me and my brother, we sort of take turns um, doing what we have to do. But to see my mother in this helpless state, I've never like my mother was the strongest person I ever knew in my life growing up. That's all I knew. And so to see her where she is now is yeah, I can't even explain it.
Right. Unless you're around it, you don't understand it.
No
Child.
doubt.
Well, I'm
No
not
doubt.
speaking on it like I want to because I end up crying. Like,
That's what I'm doing right now.
I know, James, and I wish I could give you a hug for real, because you know it's crazy. Just listen. I'm taking care of an elderly person right now, and physically they're going through it because they got rheumatoid arthritis and all of that. Um, but they're in their late 80s, okay,
Right.
and just dealing with all the doctor's appointments and what they're saying and this and that. It's like, yo, this shit is ridiculous. And I'm sitting there and I want to cry for them, and they're looking at me like, "What you crying for?" Like, I'm not gonna cry every day, like, but I can tell that they shed a little tear for at least 15 minutes every day, cause you, child.
Yeah.
Yo,
So
so Shree, James, y'all have, listen, the shit I'm going through with my mom. I've battled these hospitals, these doctors.
that's the
Um,
worst part, Michael.
yes, yes.
Mhm.
And I've filed lawsuits, and I still got some pending. But I'm gonna tell you, at the end of the day, that all of that other shit, legal shit, doesn't change the fact that my mom is in the condition that she's in. You heard?
Right.
Mhm.
And so me and my brother have to deal with that.
Yeah, Philly. Hugs to you. Mhm.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
I'm like, listen, the legal process is gonna, you know, work itself out. But my
Yeah, don't give
focus,
up on that at
yeah,
all.
yeah, my focus is my mom.
Right. And I totally get what you're saying about, it's a person that you've looked up to that's had,
All my
all
life.
this. Yep. That's had, ungodable, godly strengths and things. And yeah, I'm not.
And James, my father wasn't there. I mean, he was there when I was young, but I was so young I barely remember it. It was always my mother, me and my brother and my mother. You heard?
Yeah.
And my mother could do, in my eyes, my mother could do anything she wanted to do.
Right.
So to see her in the condition that she's in now, it breaks my heart. Like I'm there to do what I got to do, but it breaks my heart to see her in her condition
Right.
because I
Yeah,
Hmm.
can't change it. I can't do nothing about it. All I can do is be there to support her.
right. And like I said, I totally understand, Michael. I really do.
I do too.
And my prayers are with you.
I appreciate you, James. I do. I really
Yo,
do.
I want to tell y'all a quick story. I know it's gonna be sad or whatever, but it just came in my head after what Philly just said in the chat. My grandmother died probably about, it should be about 10 years now, and my grandmother lived to 100. Um, she had her mental facilities with her for the most part, but when I saw her, she would talk really slow. It would take her a while to speak. Okay. When she did speak, it was all good, but it would take her like about 5 or 10 minutes to even get a word out. Remember, she's 100. She couldn't walk that great, any of that stuff. She needed help with a lot of things. Um, After I left, we found out that her heart was beating about 10 beats a minute, which is one reason why she talked.
Wow.
She doesn't want to talk. you know? And my uncle decided to put a pacemaker in her. She probably could have lived for another 10 years if he didn't do that.
Yeah, her system couldn't handle it.
Right. And then she caught MRSA, and then she actually died
Oh,
while they were trying to give her dialysis. Like, she stayed in the hospital after that. You know what I'm saying? And it
yeah,
wasn't like I could sue a fucking hospital for their bullshit because he was the idiot that said put a pacemaker in a 100-year-old woman like a dummy. Uh, it was really fucking hard, yo. It was really hard. I don't know if it was harder knowing how she died and I couldn't do nothing about it, or just understanding, like, I was the only person that could understand when she was trying to speak. Like, yo, give her a moment to speak. I don't even give a fuck what the reason is. Give her a moment to speak. You know what I'm saying? Because people are like, oh, you're acting like this, you're acting like that. Like they really thought that she was going through dementia. I'm like, who's to say? No, this ain't got to be that. It could be something different. You know what I mean? Just going through all of that shit. And to see her try her best to speak or try her best to be who she was when she had more capabilities, just watching her go like that. And everybody's like, oh, she's 100. She lived a whole life. She lived great. Da 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 da. And that's the thing, Philly. Okay, yay, she 100, but I guarantee you the day after her 100th birthday, she was like, we woke her up. We was like, Grandma, time to wake up. She was like, where am I? Like, you still here where you was? Your birthday was yesterday. That lady rolled her eyes like, why the fuck am I still here? Okay, I made it to 100. Can I go now?
right. The older you get, the more you think about, you know, dying and accept it easier. You still don't want to do it, but it starts getting, where you think about it more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's a
Listen, James. I'm still like my mortality is still a thing. Like I feel like I got some things on the table that I can't leave on the table. So I need to be here for a minute, and I'm afraid, uh, that in a couple years maybe something will happen where I won't be here, and so I have that fear. Um, I don't know. I don't know how to get. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not scared of a lot of things, but I'm scared of my mortality and whether I'm I'm still gonna be here or not. You
Well,
understand?
the best advice that I can give you, Michael, is to make sure that that table never gets empty.
I got you. I got you.
And what I would say is, Michael, your mom's was worried about your mortality too. And you made it, right? And you
No
were
doubt.
still here to see her through, right?
No doubt.
So I would keep that up. Like, yo, she was worried about more. Like, as a black man, Michael, you can't sit here in front that your mama ain't gonna worry about your fucking mortality. You know what I mean? No matter how old the fuck you is.
True that. Shit. Yeah, my mom. Listen, I mean, that's the other thing too. When we were talking earlier about what happened on Buddy Lee's panel last night, let's
Mm-hmm.
talk about some real shit. Whether it's a black mother, a white mother, a Puerto Rican mother, we pick the nationality. Mothers are mothers, and they care about their kids, and they're going to take care of their kids and protect their kids. So at the end of the day, what James said earlier about humanity, we all a part of that same system.
Mm-hmm.
Humanity.
Yeah, and
So
it sucks.
People
say that
suck.
again.
It's supposed to be cool as shit.
Because all mothers of all races act the same way when it comes to their kids. Period.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yo, you know what? Hopefully I make y'all laugh with this one. My man sent me an Instagram video. Wait, was it him? Somebody sent me an Instagram video, and it was funny because it was a white dude, right? And he was with a whole bunch of guys, Indian guy, African guy, I think, like a Arab guy and another guy, right? So
Hmm.
the white dude says to them, "You don't have to listen to your mom. You can say whatever you want to your mom." All of a sudden, yo, all the mamas for these guys appeared, right?
You
And yo,
heard?
like motherfucking Mighty
You
Morphin
heard?
Power Rangers, they pulled out their shoes. And it was like, Chancleta, this. Oh, with the Filipino looking moms, all of that shit, yo. They fucking put they sandals together. And
Ma,
all of
you ain't
shit.
say chocolate.
Yeah, yo, hunger said chancleta, and then like whatever language they was talking, they had their version for that motherfucking shit.
Oh shit.
And that shit just smacked all them men's in the head, and they got
Hmm.
knocked out and shit. And then at the end of it, after they did their Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and bust their son's ass, you see the white dude look at them like, well, something, something, and they looking at him like, bruh, we're not doing that again.
Right, right.
Our mamas ain't coming for us again. Fuck all that shit. And I'm like, I'm like,
Hey, listen. Hey, listen, Sister Three, I'm gonna drop down. I appreciate you. But James, I definitely appreciate your words. I always appreciate you, and um, regardless of you know words that are said by other people, I don't waver, I don't fold. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Right.
I feel how I feel about people I consider friends and family or whatever. But I appreciate your words today because um, it definitely meant something to me. Um, but at the end of the day, um, I I do care about black people doing a thing and and being better people and taking care of each other and all of that. That's my focus. But with me saying that doesn't mean that I exclude other people from from taking their advice or being friends with them or none of that. Listen, James, I've been focused for years on my people and us doing better and moving forward and prospering and all of that in this country. Um, but at the same time, there's some black people that don't really care about what I think about or what I'm trying to do or whatever. At the end of the day, it's about prosperity for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate your words, James, and understand that you're, as far as I'm concerned, I I take your words respectfully, and I appreciate you talking that shit you talk because it's real. But I'm gonna drop down, Sister Shree.
all right.
Peace to you and peace to my brother James, and we'll talk again soon.
All
All
right,
right.
Michael.
Hey, come back anytime. Ain't this come full circle, James?
It definitely has. So,
because he was looking for Kendra to come through, but I think the right person came through.
well, I waited because I really expected her to come up, but when she quit typing and
I really didn't expect Kendra to come up. I didn't. I
well,
didn't expect Newport to come up either. I didn't. But what I am,
yeah,
mhm,
yeah, I agree with you about Newport.
yeah, what I am grateful for, though, yeah. All right, Philly, thanks for coming. Yeah, you got Red Ball a lot. What I am grateful for is that your title of your original live had to do with men, and I asked you about how you deal with people of your similar age group and all of that good stuff, and here you are. You get to talk to Michael Phillips,
Right.
who's
Well,
a
I mean, we
rapper,
both, him and I both respect each other,
and that's
and
what it's about for me.
yeah, because Michael's only a few years younger than I am,
Right.
so, but he just needs to make sure that he keeps something on his table. That way he can keep going.
And this is, this is why I act kind of one of the reasons why I asked you the questions that I asked you, and we spoke a lot about humanity, because once you go past the whole I'm black, you're white, this and that, there's so many things as human beings that we have in common. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That is deep as fuck. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter that I'm a woman and he was a man and you a man. We all had to deal with mortality, and loving others and watching them go through whatever. I gotta watch you, James, go through your thing. And like I told you before, I put you in my prayers all the time. You on my prayer list.
Well, and I appreciate it, and you've always been on mine too.
You know,
And Michael really has been on mine, and um,
regardless.
Michael
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Michael always has great words of wisdom and can elaborate it. And a lot of times he does a lot better job than I do.
You do a lot better job than I do.
Well, I don't know about that, but at the end of the day, it's still, wanting to make sure that everybody, no matter what, do better and prosper more.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
So,
And like I said, acting like this will make for a boring ass YouTube. But you know what I'm saying? We need balance. Maybe we do need a little bit more of this boring ass shit. You know what I mean? Like we
right.
need a little more understanding. We need a little bit more respect. And I just wanted to prove that it's possible. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
It's possible.
well, I mean, you we both agree. You got to have the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how hard it is, you still got to have the conversation.
That's a fact. And
Because
if you don't know, you're not gonna know.
right, and the only way you're going to know is to have the conversation. The
That's a
only
fact.
way that you're going to take it and come to some kind of understanding is to have the conversation.
That's a fact. And also having the respect that even if you do have the conversation and someone doesn't agree with you or they can't see your point or anything like that, that's okay too.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that. Even if I
Well,
do.
it comes down to even if you don't agree, you still have the respect for each other.
Facts. Facts. Even if what somebody says offends you or whatever the case may be, I don't always have to respond a certain way. I don't always have to. Sometimes you do respond that way. Sometimes it's justified. Sometimes it's not. But you know, like I said, a wise woman once told me when I asked her for her advice on something, she was like, you know what? It really doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter if I tell you do it or if I tell you don't do it. All right. Whatever choice you make, you need to be able to handle the consequences of said choice.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, no matter what I say, you're still making the choice.
And that's why I said, I'll give you my advice, and what you do with it is up to you.
That's a fact. That's a
And
fact.
it makes no difference to me one way or the other.
And you
I,
know
but
what?
I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
No, but I get what you're saying. And you know what, James? That's the hardest part of adulting. That's the hardest part of being an adult. Like I said before, being, talk, if you're gonna say that shit, be about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't sit here and tell y'all, oh well, I'm the best yogi ever, and I'm Zen, and I'm this, and I'm that. No, motherfucker, I don't tell none of y'all that shit. What I tell y'all is I could be mean, I could be a bitch, I could be goofy, I could be an asshole. I don't want to be Zen today. I don't want to be yoga bitch tomorrow. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not me being fake. That's me being super duper real. That's me being
Right.
balanced in a motherfucker. Because
Right.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh well, yoga is the best thing ever, but you ain't got to do it all goddamn day. And yoga don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Yoga's not gonna bitch and moan and have a problem with me because I don't feel like doing it for 4 years. Yoga is gonna sit right where the fuck I left it. And when I decide to walk back over to yoga, pick it up, put it on my back, and do it, yoga will be a very even tone motherfucker. Okay? It ain't gonna be happy, it ain't gonna be sad. It's gonna be there.
Right. So,
And hey, Reef, and when people could be like that as much as possible, consistency doesn't mean perfection. Consistency is not a 100% thing. Okay? Consistency means that more than often you're doing this shit.
right. People get consistency mixed up where, people don't always do the same thing. But like you said, that more often than not, like you said, they're still going to do it that way,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever the situation is.
Right. Because even when you don't do nothing, listen, I've told people many times, they be like, yo, you be procrastinating like a motherfucker. You not consistent. Hell yeah, if I'm consistent at procrastinating, then I'm consistent at something, right?
Right.
You could be consistent at doing fuck shit all day. You could be consistent of doing all kind of negative shit all day, but it's still consistent.
Exactly. No. Hey, Reef.
Like people, it's crazy for people. And you know what? And at the same time, it's like having the hindsight and the foresight, because it's like, I'm not trying to change the world. I don't need this to be a kumbaya moment or no kind of shit like that. I just need motherfuckers to have a little bit of understanding and look at something in a different way. That's all I need.
Right. And I'm not trying to take over the world either.
Right. Right. I don't want to push an agenda on nobody, because I damn sure don't want nobody to push an agenda on me, except the ones that I choose to embrace.
Right. So,
It's real important to, you know, keep things on that level. And it's so hard on these streets not to get triggered by this and that and the third, which is why I was like, dang, Lady Steele, why you feeling like this? And like, no, ladies don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know exactly what she was talking about, but I didn't want her to get caught up in the shitstorm sweepstakes. You know what I mean? Like, no, you holding on so good. Don't let this shit get you.
right. But I think, and Lady Seal is an awesome lady,
Mm-hmm.
and I like her, and she told me in the chat, that to take her ranch and stuff, and I would never do that.
Right. Right. It's a fact.
And I would never uh, stop her from giving her opinion. I like her opinion,
It's a fact.
even if it's different than mine. I
Mm-hmm.
still like her opinion. I
Yep.
respect her very much.
It's a fact.
So,
It's a
and I
fact. It's a
respect you very much too.
Oh, thank you, James. I respect you a whole bunch too. And when I say no, I don't want Mace Field to feel like that. I want to protect her, but at the same time, she's a grown woman too. You know what I
Right,
mean? We all gonna feel how we feel at certain points in time. And sometimes you just gotta let people feel what they feel and hope that they come to realizations on their own. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It's really tricky on adulting because adulting is about having good timing.
right.
Okay, it's about having good timing. And I don't know who said it. I don't know if they said it in your live or in mine, but I remember somebody mentioning something about, or even in Buddy Lee's live, they were like, the problem with Kendra is she says things at the wrong time.
Right.
And I'm realizing that adulting is a lot about getting your timing in order.
And and sometimes that's hard to figure out when the timing is.
Right, because you don't know what's going to hit you in the next 5 minutes.
Right.
There's too many variables, too many things happening, and too many this and that. And then you got to be faced with the laws of nature where you can't control what these people say, but you have to be held accountable for what the fuck you do.
Right. We're all accountable for what we do. The individual.
Right. So we could easily say, oh, Skoka provoked the shorty, Kendra, to react like this and react like that. Okay, that might have been the case, but as adults, do we blame Skoka for Kendra's response? No, we cannot.
No.
Can we say that Kendra? Uh, and here's the crazy part, because we could say that Kendra made the wrong choice. She might have had bad timing, but for her, it probably was the right thing to do.
Right.
And I'm saying that in regards to you can't tell me how to fight back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's true to a point. You know. Um,
Yeah.
you know, each and every person you have to fight differently.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a time and place for everything, and people slip up. You know, but when they slip up, you get held accountable for it.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially that's what's happening now with Kendra.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna get out of here soon. And James, you don't have to stay up here for this part. But one thing I wanted to touch on as far as the whole Kendra thing goes, a couple people were like, "Well, do you think Kendra is a racist?"
I don't think she is.
I don't even though her behavior may look that way, I don't think she is. This reminds me of Italian biker back in the day when he said whatever he said to people and they was outraged. It was like, oh, he's a racist, and then some people were like, he's not a racist. Da 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 da. Oh, he's a racist, and even to this day, motherfuckers are mad at you because you did not feel that Italian biker is a racist. And maybe that's one of the reasons why Michael Phillips wanted to have Kendra come up here and explain herself. But my thing is, mm-hmm,
And that was fair
mm-hmm,
to say from Michael. You need to come up here and explain this to me
mm-hmm,
because I don't understand.
exactly.
You
Because if
know,
you're going to tell me you're not a racist, but then you do certain things that make you look that way, people will get confused.
well, and like he said, it's not the first time that she's done it.
Exactly. That's my point as well. You know.
And I can't speak on that because I've heard about some of the repercussions that she's had, but I didn't know anything about them when they happened because
Right.
I don't go around following people, and
Right.
not everybody goes to the same place.
Right. And even when you are in the same place, sometimes you got to go do something. So you might miss a couple seconds or a couple minutes, you know? So even if you was in the
Right?
chat 5 minutes ago, you might go to the bathroom or something, come back and then all hell break loose. You be like, what the fuck? Like, okay, I didn't hear her make the Uncle Remus comment, but clearly she did because all of y'all in the chat is fucking bugging out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, it's all kinds of things, but
Right.
my thing going back to what she asked me in your live, how do I feel about the racist stuff that they said about her? I can easily be like, well, I don't like none of it.
Right.
I don't like none of it. Does that mean that I'm gonna call Skoka a racist? No. But if I call you a racist, should I call Skoka a racist? I don't know. I don't think so. I think this is beyond me because once again, I'm not the one that said the shit.
Right. Or
Okay.
being said to you.
Right. Well, if I think, and you know what, I in these situations here that happen with like Sweet Vampy and Kendra, if I think of you as a racist, I will never speak to you again. I'm gonna just keep it real. If I
Right.
really think of you as a racist, I'm not gonna talk to you ever again. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't. If Kendra says hello to me, I'm be like, "Hey, Kendra." You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be like, "Oh, how you doing, baby?" Oh, no, 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 no. No, it don't have to be that. You know, I
No,
don't have.
exactly.
I don't have to slap that label on her, even though I don't condone her behavior. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm not going to be quick to jump and slap her with that label. Certain other people, like Roy Rodriguez, I can slap that on him easy.
Oh yeah.
You know, I can definitely slap it on him easy. Is
Eh, eh,
Kendra, child? For me, it's complicated. Would I call Kendra a Karen? You know what? In the state of motherfucking black people on YouTube that act like Karens, okay,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
black women that act more like a Karen than Kendra do. But at the same time, Kendra, what we're saying to you, oh, not even we. What I'm saying to you, I'm talking to you as an adult. I'm not talking to you as no white Karen, no racist, da da da. I'm not talking to you as that person. And as an adult, I can safely say that if you say X, Y, and Z and they say ABC, y'all cancel each other out.
Yep.
If you had hindsight and foresight, like, because I gotta agree with Michael on this. If you were thinking about what you were gonna say, you would know that talking about a banana to black people in the way that you was about to talk to them is not the way to go. Especially with your history of saying other crazy shit before that. Something on the side of your shoulder should have been like, "Hey, Kendra, I don't think you should do that with these folks. I think you should calm the fuck down and say it different or don't say nothing. Just take the L." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you chose not to do that. So they responded how they responded. And Kendra, it's not like we're not telling, saying that Skoka did X, Y, and Z incorrect, because we are. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's an unfair exchange. It's not like Kendra, you're wrong, and Skoka, you're right. Nah, Skoka was wrong with a couple things too.
Yeah.
Y'all
Well,
got y'all got equal treatment, pretty much.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
So,
it was pretty fair down the line. Like Skoka caught her heat, you caught your heat. And it don't even
yeah.
matter at this point of who said what first. I'm talking to you as an adult, Kendra, so you should know better. Fuck who said what first.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop down,
Yes,
Sheree.
of course, James.
But I'll
I ain't
be.
mad at you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day, James. All right, that's what the fuck I need to say about it. In Newport, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. It's almost 3 hours, and y'all been here listening to me yakety yak long the fuck enough, and I want to go bun another split. Okay, so I ain't got time and energy for a whole bunch of shit on these YouTube motherfucking streets. I definitely don't have time for the fake Pullman Peen games or the cyber Pullman Peen games. I don't have time for none of that shit. Okay, Newport, I really don't. Stop using this woman. I appreciate you too, James, and I appreciate everybody that came through. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that typed honestly, sincerely. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all that shit. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all bearing your soul, and not for nothing, I appreciate the conversation that we had about taking care of somebody elderly than all this other shit over here. Yeah, I'm gonna be goofy and I'm gonna bring it back to Newport and talk my little bit of shit again. But the deeper issues for me are way more important. The deeper conversations for me are way more important because it's the deeper conversations that allow me to stay on YouTube with the same mind. You know what I mean? I can't take the fluff all the fucking time. I can't take the flotsam and the jetsam all the fucking time. I need to go deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand how to come up from this motherfucker like a lotus and be as clean as possible and come up under the mud and the bullshit. All right? Michael Phillips is right. All this other shit is not important. Half of this shit ain't important. And you heard me done say already, fuck them people. Right? Been there, done that too. Been there, done that too. And I steady talk about selective fucking outrage. Okay? I'm steady talking about that shit. And clearly Newport was a great example of that motherfucking shit. Keep that same energy, homeboy. Keep that same fucking energy. As a matter of fact, you should have had the energy in the motherfucking beginning. Okay, and if you had this type of energy in the motherfucking beginning on the right way and not the wrong way, maybe you nor your shorty would be in the predicament that you is now. Okay? Okay? And I'm talking to you as, whatever. I'm talking to you as a slow bitch. Okay? I'm slow. Remember? The fuck? Newport trolled me, y'all. Don't y'all love it? Newport trolled me. Trolled me into what? Talking about your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, and she's the one looking crazy? No. I'll make it equal. Both of y'all can look fucking crazy to me. Okay? All right? And Kendra, if Newport is still your friend, but y'all not together no more, get that motherfucker together. Okay? Do your best. Try your best and use full strategy. And tell you the truth, you'd have been better off with Sean. All right. Anyway, I'm out now. No more, side shade from the kid. All right? You've been better off with Sean. For real, for real. Anyway, I'm out, motherfuckers. Once again, thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for sitting in. Thank y'all for having these conversations with me. Thank y'all for coming up on a panel. Thank y'all for liking, disliking, sharing. I'm not gonna thank you for a copyright claim, bitch. And if you try to flag me, I ain't thanking you for that, motherfucker, either. I thank you for the bullshit in advance, but I'll thank you for the good shit in advance. All right. Thank you for subscribing if you do. If you unsubscribe, thank you too. I'm gonna thank you for all the motherfucking shit. Okay? Because I'm trying my best to be an adult. I don't know about the rest of you niggas. Kendra, you should be introduced to cookie butter, but it's too late for that now. All right? I'm out. Peace a minute. Peace. Oh, wait. Should I play this music going out of here? Give me see. I gotta turn this off. When I sang that motherfucker, I felt like the dude from fucking Silence of the Lambs, where he put his fucking ding-a-ling in between his legs, and he was like, "You love me, everybody love me." I got to change the song. God damn it, that's too much right there. Okay, all right now, peace out.